Good afternoon, everyone. Something that I forgot to mention in my live stream yesterday in regards to 112. So I was talking about Caleb Farley and the explosion of his dad's house. And he was born on November 2nd, 11/2. Well, that's interesting because he plays for the Titans. And the Titans used to be the Houston Oilers until about 25 years ago or so. In gematria, Houston equals 112, just like Lone Star. The Jesuits claim to operate in 112 countries. Also, Lone Star 32, Houston 32, 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo. Now, this reminds me of this connection with the Oilers and Houston and Texas and even Dallas. I'm going to get to the Dallas-Houston connection. Of course, Dallas and Houston are both major cities in Texas, but what's interesting is that the Kansas City Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans, and now the NFL team in Houston is called the Texans, and the Texans are the NFL's 32nd team, as you see here. 32 Texans, founded as the Dallas Texans. Yeah, right there. But the other point that I want to make is so you have the Texans connection with Dallas and Houston. In oh, I can't find the page. Here it is. Maybe hold on. So I'm trying to find the right. Okay, here we go. So when the Dallas Stars won their only Stanley Cup, it was in their 32nd season. We are just talking about. Oh, and Lone thing with Lone Star is Republic of Texas gained independence on 3/2, and its first permanent capital was Houston. So there are a bunch of temporary capitals. Its first permanent capital is Houston. So there's the 32 connection as well. 32 Lone Star and Houston. Anyways, back to when the Stars won the Stanley Cup. I can't find the page. There it is. It was their 32nd season, and that was the same year that the Houston Texans were announced as the NFL's 32nd franchise. And also, what's interesting about this is that they were announced on October 6th, like 10/6. And the Stanley Cup Finals that the Stars won. It was the 106th year of the Stanley Cup being awarded. Now, I do want to clarify this wasn't necessarily the 106th NFL season, or sorry, NHL season, or the 106th Stanley Cup. It's a little confusing with how they say like which Stanley Cup it is. Because I think what they're really going off of is the ones. This is kind of a tangent, but I think they kind of start counting them here in 1915. Anyways, back to now continuing on with the Stars. The Stars were in the 2020 Stanley Cup Finals, and that took place in Edmonton, which is the home of the Oilers. Edmonton Oilers. So you have the Houston Oilers, the football team. Now the football team in Houston is the Texans. The football team that used to be in Dallas was also the Texans. The Stars won the Stanley Cup the same year that the Texans were announced as the NFL's 32nd franchise in the Stars' 32nd season. So you have the Stars playing in the Stanley Cup final at the home of the Oilers, and they're playing Tampa. And then a couple weeks later, you had Tampa playing in the World Series in the Dallas area. And these games were all at the Rangers Stadium. There's Globe Life Field. And then a couple months after that, you had the Chiefs versus Tampa in the Super Bowl. So, Chiefs used to be in Dallas. Dallas hosted the World Series. Well, not technically, it wasn't Dallas, but close enough. Dallas hosted the World Series with Tampa in it, and Tampa won the Stanley Cup at the home of the Oilers. Anyway, that's kind of a long tangent from what I was saying about Caleb Farley, born on 11/2, Houston 112. Titans used to be in Houston. And I was also talking about how if I can remember what it was now. I remember yesterday I was talking about the, oh, that's right. So it was, let me pull this up. It is the Astros' 62nd season. And from the day of the house explosion, which was on 8/22, to Caleb Farley's birthday, maybe that's not, no, I'm not remembering this correctly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I thought there was, no, 72 days. I thought there was something with 70, so it's 62. I guess I'm not remembering it correctly right now. I apologize, but anyways, I just wanted to talk about Caleb Farley, 112, Tennessee, Houston, Texans, Oilers, Stars, 32. You get the point. Talk to you later.